Stop waiting for the perfect time. Your future is being built right now. The empty chair. It was a quiet Thursday morning. Rain tapped gently against the windows of a small coffee shop. 32-year-old Adrian sat alone at a corner table. In front of him were 2 cups of coffee. One was steaming. The other had already gone cold. Every Thursday for nearly 2 years, Adrian had reserved that second chair. He always believed someone would eventually sit there. An investor, a business partner, a mentor, someone who would finally help him build the life he dreamed about. Every Thursday he waited. Every Thursday the chair remained empty. As he stared at it, the elderly waitress approached with a gentle smile. "You've been saving that seat for a long time." Adrian laughed awkwardly. "I guess I'm waiting for the right opportunity." The waitress looked at the untouched coffee. "Young man, opportunities rarely arrive to people who are waiting. They usually find people who are already moving." She quietly removed the cold cup. Then she said something Adrian would never forget. "The perfect time has never existed. Your future is already being built while you wait for it." Adrian watched her walk away. For the first time, the empty chair no longer represented hope. It represented every day he had postponed his life. Tomorrow became 5 years. That evening, Adrian returned to his apartment. Inside a drawer, he found old notebooks, business ideas, workout plans, travel goals, books he wanted to write, languages he wanted to learn. Every page carried a familiar promise. "Next month, when life settles down, when I have more money, when I'm ready." He spread the notebooks across the floor. Each one represented another version of himself that never had the chance to exist. Suddenly, he imagined someone knocking on his door. When he opened it, a man stood there. Same height, same eyes, same voice, only older, more confident, healthier, calmer. The stranger smiled sadly. "I am the future you never gave a chance." Before Adrian could speak, the man disappeared. Only silence remained. Sometimes regret doesn't arrive as pain. Sometimes it arrives as possibility that was never pursued. The watchmaker's lesson. The following weekend, Adrian wandered through the old part of the city. He stopped outside a tiny watch repair shop. Inside, an elderly watchmaker carefully repaired an antique clock. Thousands of tiny gears covered the table. Adrian watched in fascination. "How do you know where every piece belongs?" The watchmaker smiled. "I don't repair time. I repair what keeps time moving." Then he picked up one tiny gear. "This little piece seems unimportant, but remove it, and the entire clock stops." He placed the gear back inside. Immediately, the clock began ticking again. Tick, tick, tick. The watchmaker looked directly at Adrian. People spend their lives waiting for one big moment. They forget life is built by tiny moments that never stop ticking. Every ordinary day is another gear. Miss enough of them, and your future quietly stops moving. Adrian left the shop carrying no watch, but he carried a lesson that would change everything. One ordinary decision. The next morning, Adrian made one promise. Not 10, not 50, just one. Every day, he would do the next right thing. One page, one workout, one phone call, one lesson, one application, one uncomfortable conversation. Nothing more. The first week felt ordinary. The second week felt frustrating. The third week felt invisible. Nobody applauded. Nobody noticed. Friends still lived exactly as before. Social media still celebrated overnight success. Meanwhile, Adrian quietly built habits no one could see. He realized something remarkable. The future never arrives all at once. It quietly appears inside repeated decisions. Every ordinary day became another brick. Every promise became another layer of confidence. The person he admired wasn't waiting somewhere ahead. He was slowly becoming him. When the door finally opened, 18 months later, an opportunity appeared. A major client wanted someone to lead an ambitious project. Hundreds applied. Very few were prepared. Adrian received the call. The interviewer asked only one question. "What have you been doing for the last 18 months?" Adrian smiled. "The same things. Every morning, every evening, every day." The interviewer laughed. "Exactly. We weren't looking for talent. We were looking for consistency." At that moment, Adrian understood. The opportunity hadn't changed his life. His daily decisions had prepared him long before the opportunity arrived. Success often looks sudden. Preparation never does. The conversation that came too late. Years later, Adrian returned to the same coffee shop. The elderly waitress was gone. A young employee recognized him. "You always sit at that table." Adrian smiled. Someone once changed my life here. The young man asked, "What do they say?" Adrian looked at the empty chair beside him, then quietly replied, "They told me to stop waiting." The employee nodded thoughtfully. "I've been waiting too." "For what?" "The perfect time." Adrian smiled gently. Then he pointed toward the window. Outside, people hurried through the streets. Some looked determined. Some looked distracted. Some looked afraid. Every one of them believed tomorrow was guaranteed. Very few realized tomorrow is simply today's decisions wearing different clothes. Before leaving, Adrian placed a note beneath the sugar jar. It read, "The perfect time never arrives. It is created. The life you are building today." Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. The same alarm rings. The same responsibilities wait. The same challenges remain. Nothing around you has changed, but something inside you has. You stop asking, "When is the right time?" Instead, you ask, "What is the right decision?" You read one chapter. You take one walk. You send one application. You begin one project. You forgive one person. You save $1. You keep one promise. Tomorrow looks ordinary. So does next week. So does next month. Then one day, someone looks at your life and says, "You were lucky." They never saw the mornings you chose discipline. They never saw the evenings you chose learning over comfort. They never saw the weekends you invested in your future, while others postponed theirs. The truth is simple. Your future is not waiting for permission to begin. It is already under construction. Every habit is laying another brick. Every excuse removes one. Every decision is shaping the person you will become. Do not waste another day waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions have never built extraordinary lives. Ordinary people wait for the perfect moment. Extraordinary people make ordinary moments count. The future you dream about is not being built tomorrow. It is being built right now. If this message challenged the way you think, subscribe to the Legacy Mind, where every conversation is designed to help you think deeper, live wiser, and become more. Remember this: the perfect time is a myth created by fear. Your future is not built by someday. It is built by what you decide today. Stop waiting. Start becoming.